Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In this video, we're diving into how to can green beans. I actually learned how to can green beans through a YouTube video and thought I'd pass along the favor by making another one a little bit shorter, a little bit more condensed, but with the same great information. So, in this video, we are going to can green beans start to finish. So the first step in canning your green beans is going to be to pick the beans, snip them, and chop them. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of salt to all of our jars. This is just going to help enhance the flavor. And you don't have to add salt, but it's definitely a good addition. All right, so now that the jars have salt, we're going to fill the jars with boiling water. And you want to fill them right up to like this rim right here. All right, the next thing we want to do is take this tool and take it around the jar just like this and try to get out any air bubbles. We don't want any air traps down in here. And then also, this is actually measures an inch. We want our jars to be an inch from the top. So we'll just do that, and that one looks good. If they're too full, the jars might not seal, so that's why we do that. So this is going to go in the bottom of your canner. This prevents the jars from cracking, and if you're doing 2 layers like I am today, you're going to want to buy another one of these and put this between the layers. So I'm going to put this on now. We're going to get 3 quarts of water and dump them into the canner. Also, this part is optional, but if you put white vinegar in your canner, 2 tablespoons, it'll help your jars stay clean. So if you forget this or don't have it, it won't ruin your green beans. But this is nice. Just put in 2 tablespoons or just a splash. This is the ring that goes inside your canner, and I just have a little bit of oil in my hand. What you want to do is just put it on the ring and oil this seal. And this can like crack over time because it gets dried out through the canning process. So you just want to oil it. Something I want to point out to you guys, if you try to put your canner lid on like this, you'll be trying forever and it won't work well. So there's an arrow right here on this lid. There's also an arrow right here, okay, on that handle. What you want to do is match up these arrows so that the arrows are pointing at each other, and then slide, and it goes on perfectly. This took me forever to figure out. I just could not figure it out for the longest time, so that's how you do it. All right, so we put our water in the canner, we put our white vinegar, we put oil on the steel, we got the lid on, and this is ready to cook. So I turn the heat on. This is going to take a decent amount of time waiting for this to heat up and waiting for, what we're looking for is the steam that's going to blow out of this piece. Notice that this black piece is not on yet. We don't put that on until we want to see steam blown out of here for 10 minutes, and then we'll put this on. And when this piece goes on, that's when the pressure starts to build. Yeah, we'll wait for this to heat up. All right, so you can see right here we're at 11 pounds of pressure, so I'm going to start the timer for 25 minutes and wait for this to cook. Been on for 25 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat off, and we are going to move this off the burner, just move it away from the heat. And eventually, as the pressure comes down, This lock pops up when the pressure builds, and once the pressure starts to come down, this lock is going to fall. So we're going to wait for that lock to fall, and once it falls, we want to wait about 5 minutes before we take this piece off. All right, so I have waited 5 minutes now, so I'm going to take this piece off, and I'm actually going to wait another 10 minutes before taking the lid off, because this is a very crucial process, and if any of this goes too quickly, what can happen is the liquid can siphon out of your jars, and that can potentially compromise the seal of the jars. So we're going to wait another 10 minutes, and then we'll take the lid off, and we're just going to set the lid right on top here again, just so the heat doesn't escape too quickly. So I have had the lid off but slightly still on for maybe just a couple minutes, and now I'm going to take the lid completely off. And all right, so you're going to want your tool to grasp the hot jars. I don't know its official name, but it's in the kit that I got, the canning kit, so I'll link that down below. So yeah, let's get our jars out. Yes, these jars are done. We're going to come back and check to hear the pops and see if they sealed correctly. Okay, so I have waited about, honestly, it's only been about over 12 hours, but you want to wait about 12 to 24 hours before checking your seals. So I'm going to go ahead and check my seals, and I took the rings off, so I'm just going to tap. These are sealed, and how you can check is if you can lift it up just by the seal and it doesn't drop or separate, you know you've got a good seal on there. It looks very overwhelming in the beginning, but just give it a couple times, work at it, and before you know it, you'll be doing it without thinking. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and thumbs up, and of course subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. I also make videos about health and wellness, so stay tuned for those. And if you have any comments about canning or green beans or questions, by all means, comment that below. So thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad you joined today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.